I chose to go to Iliff. When I was thinking of seminary last year, I wanted to be in a place that is committed to social justice, even though at that time I was in no way committed to social justice, I think. Um, but I knew that that's something I feel that I wanted to be a part of. So when I started looking for seminary, I looked at Iliff and I saw right away on their website, you can visibly see that they are constantly engaged in social activism. And that really got me hooked. And as I started to talk to people at Iliff, I started to feel really connected to this institution. And then coming in as a student and spending an entire year now at Iliff, I feel and I see that it's not just performative, that they're engaged in this social activism, but that's so rooted in their message and in the people that are there. I see so many faculty and staff who are involved in this, and they're doing that work on the ground. They're not just, coming up with the theory, they're actually doing the practical work of going out and engaging with people who are oppressed. One of my favorite classes at Iliff, or maybe one of the classes I think that started this process for me of really reimagining what Christianity means for me, was IPVC, which stands for Identity, Power, Vocation in the Community. And that class really challenges, for me, it really challenged my views of how I function in the world. It asked me to look at my privileges, my power, look at the social location I'm in. And I think having all of those internal questions you ask yourself before really engaging in the work of liberation. And I grew up in that culture of assuming that just preaching, the gospel is good enough, rather than really practicing or going out and stand with people who face many forms of oppression. Dr. Julie Todd, I think, thinking of a favorite professor, I think she comes to mind right away because one, her commitment to justice is something so real that as a student you feel it and you feel connected to it. And also, I also really connected with her style of teaching, the way she presents the material. It really challenges you. I plan to graduate from Iliff in 2 years because I want to work within my community. And in that context, I'm thinking of a more Guyanese non-Black community, and being in this group to stand in solidarity with people who are oppressed, because I see so many forms of oppression in Guyana that I feel really called to do work there. And I've been feeling that even more as I spend time at Iliff, because there are so many people doing work within the US, but I feel like having such a strong background and growing up in Guyana, I have a good knowledge of some of the oppressions that are there. And I think we're not really addressing them. And I think educating myself and preparing myself to go and do that work there is something I feel like is a part of who I am. And I think Iliff is doing their part in preparing me.